Hello folks, there's a new zone for version 4.8 and there's some new puzzles along with it, so let's go over all the new types of puzzles that we will see in the Forest of Blessing. The first type is related to the paper squirrels. You pretty much need to shoot the ball through hoops. If you hold the attack button, you can see the trajectory that your ball will go to, and besides the green circles, there's the orange ball at the end. If you hit that, then your ball stays where the orange ball is, and then you have to line up again and push attack in order to call the ball back. So there's two versions of this type of puzzle. There's the precision one that you just saw, and then there is the speed one. And this one has a good example of showing you what happens when you don't hit a orange thing at the end. Your ball just comes back by itself. You can see me throwing the ball, and at the end of the curve, it just comes back by itself. And I can use that to get more of the rings. So those are your two main types for the puzzle number 1 with the ball and squirrel stuff.
Ooh, will we find any firework materials in here?
For puzzle number 2, I only seen one instance of it, or you pretty much playing musical chairs with these paper squirrel hamster things. You need to grab a berry before the squirrels take it all, so you just wait for the alpaca to finish the countdown, and then make sure you're selecting a berry before you confirm it.
These could be salvaged for parts.
Alright, now for the frog puzzle, you see a lot more of this. There's two versions. One is the speed one, which is here. This time we're in a race and you gotta beat the other frog. And you make the frog leap forward by pushing T to link up with the frog and then moving away to pull back. And the farther you pull back, the farther the frog jumps. So for the race, you just go towards it, link it, pull back, and then repeat. The other version is the precision one, where you gotta land on specific lily pads. So this one you can take your time to make sure your target is in the circle before you let go. And then here, there's no lily pads nearby, so I have to talk to this new frog to have the lily pads move, so I can continue on with my puzzle. This next one is pretty much a rhythm game, where you gotta time and interact with the frog at the right pattern. So it's pretty intuitive on when you need to jump. And then after a while, some hamsters appear, and then you gotta watch them for the pattern that you have to copy. And there's another version of this. Instead of matching the dance pattern, you have to stop the water spouts. So when the lily pad comes along near a water spout, interact to stop the spout and do the same until you're done. There's a later on quest that has a lot more of this. Now for the alpaca. The normal puzzle is to have it grab fruit, and you can change the height of the neck to match the height of the fruit in order to grab it and drop it in the bucket. This is the puzzle version where you have to make it bow towards certain objectives. So for the first one, we have to look towards the Rain Song Pond, and that's this water area here. Once we're looking at it, attack in order to have the alpaca bow, and then you go to the next one. The second one is the Kingdom of Breezes and Bells, which is this little flower-ish village down here. So look at that and bow for the second one. And then the third is the Constellation Metropolis, which is a very beautiful city off in the distance with a lot of lights that looks like a constellation above it.
Something with which to commemorate this occasion.
And finally, this one is a one-off. It is a pipe puzzle where you gotta rotate some valves to connect the pipes. But you can see at the end, you can't really connect both of it since we don't have a plus, we only have a line. So how do you solve this? Well, it will make sense once you start it. Go to the top since water runs down due to gravity, and when you start it, you can see that it's not a stream of liquid, it's just a little blob. So wait for it to pass your intersection, then switch it so it can go to the end. And completing these puzzles will give you Excerpts of Bliss, which is needed to get the new Kirara skin. The skin looks pretty nice. You get a nice little hat and some cowboy boots. You can also see that her legs or her feet is not human shaped, it's cat shaped. So that's that. Anyway, thanks for watching and have fun out there, traveler.